Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will focus on designing the right navigation drawer because later we will start adding files to this right navigation drawer dynamically. You can see that currently we only have the button, but if I go to the finished project, this is what we want to build in this video. So in this first part, we are going to design the right navigation drawer. We will add all the views, but after that we will start to add the files dynamically, because in the previous videos we worked on the file picker and that implementation is working very well. So we just need to connect that to the right navigation drawer. Okay, let's start by adding a text view. So just drag and drop it inside the linear layout. Let's start by changing the text to say, so search for the text attributes, and here remember we need to go to the strings.xml file and add the following entry. Okay, so I will be changing this to right navigation drawer header title, and it should say your documents. After that, let's search for margin top and add 50 dp just to separate the text from the top of the device. After that, we need to make the text a little bit bigger, so search for text size and change that from 14 sp to 24 sp. Let's change the text color to black, and I think this is it. So we can move to the next views. Now, below this text view, search for scroll view, and we want this one, which is the vertical scroll view. Just drag and drop it. Here, if you expand it, you will see that you will have a vertical linear layout. This scroll view will contain both sections where we will add file names dynamically. Those sections are going to be the text section and the PDF section. Inside this vertical linear layout, we need to add two text views and two vertical linear layouts. So let's start by adding the text views and search for vertical linear layout. I will add it between the text views. Okay, let's add the second one below this one. And inside each linear layout, we will add a text view. I will customize everything so that you'll know what these mean. For the first text box, add 40 dp margin to the top and add 10 dp to the bottom. Change the text from text view to this one. So let me add a new entry in the strings file. You can see that this entry is called text file title, and this is what I will use here. Let's style the text. So let's search for text style and make it bold. And here for the text size, we will change it to 16 sp. Let's do the same thing for the second one, but instead of text files, we will put PDF file. Okay, so here is the entry. So I have just changed text to PDF. Here, make sure to select this text view and again do the same thing, 16 sp, make this the text bold, search for text, change it to PDF file title. You can see that here I think I have made a mistake. Yeah, I didn't apply the style to the text. Okay, so now it looks good. Let me go back to text view, and here I need to add margins. So remember, we need to add 40 dp to the top and 10 dp to the bottom, just to separate between the two sections. For the text views that are inside the linear layout, I'm talking about these, they are identical. So make sure to select them both. So click on the first one, hold Control and click on the second one, so that we can make the changes for both of them at the same time. Let's add another entry to the strings file. Here, these text views are going to indicate that by default, when we open the application, we don't have any file. So we need to to start by uploading them. That's why I will show this at the beginning. You can see that here it says no file found, please upload something. After that, let's just change the text size again to 16sp, and let me add margin top to separate it from the title. Let's give it 16 dp. Sorry, 16 dp. Finally, select both linear layouts, or select the first one, and we need to change the ID. This is important because we need to access this in the code. For the first one, I will name it like this, linear layout text container, while the other one will be linear layout PDF container, just like this. So make sure to spell it like this, or if you give it another name, make sure to specify that in the code. Okay, I think we are done with this scroll view. We have one problem. You can see that we don't see the button. That's because the scroll view by default, the height of the scroll view matches parent. So you need to change this to wrap content. Okay, so that fixes the problem. So just collapse the scroll view. We don't need it anymore. Here you can see that we have the button. Let's see what we need to add. For the button, add 32 dp as margin to the top if you don't have it already, and make sure that the text size is set to 16 dp. In the finished project, you can see that the button is colored in this orange color, and currently we have it in this purple color. I will leave it like this, but in the future I will show you how to customize the material design components. Okay, so don't worry about it. After the button, we need to add a text view, so just drag and drop a new text view. I will add another entry to this strings file. Select the text view, make sure that the width is set to match parent and the height is set to wrap content. Then add 16 dp margin to the top. Because here we have a lot of text to display, so it's this one, API sleep clarification. I will change the text size to 12sp because this is very big. After the text view, we need to add the progress bar. This progress bar will indicate to the users that we are processing the files. To add this component, we cannot find it here, or it will be great to add it in the XML code. So just go down until you find this text view. But before that, I will add show the palette. I will add another linear layout. So select the vertical one. I will put it below the text view, and inside this linear layout, I will add the progress bar. So just start typing circular progress indicator. So it's this one. Make sure that the width and height are set to wrap content. After that, so here I need to close this. Below the circular progress bar, add another text view. You can see that the height of the linear layout is set to match parent. Change that to wrap content instead. So let me go back to the design view. Select the linear layout and make sure to give it the following ID. You can see that the ID is set to processing text progress container. Select the progress indicator and give it the following ID, processing text progress bar. And finally, select the last text view and change the ID to processing text progress description and hit refactor. By default, the visibility of this linear layout should be set to gone, because when we launch the application, we don't have any files, so we are not processing anything. But when we click on the button, we are going to change the visibility from gone to visible. But as I said, by default, the visibility should be set to gone. But in Android Studio, we can still change the visibility here to visible so that we can see it here in the application in Android Studio. But in the application, when the user uses the application, he will see that it is gone. That's because here in Android it is set to gone instead of visible. Make sure to add again 32 dp margin to the top. separate the linear layout from the rest of the views. And now let's move to the progress bar. You can see that currently it is anchored to the left, but we don't want that. We want to center it inside the linear layout. So just search for layout gravity, and here we need to use this one, center horizontal. So make sure to click on apply, and you can see that right now the progress bar is in the center. Because we don't know how many files the user will upload, or sometimes the processing of the files might take a lot of time. We don't know how much time that will take. So we want this progress bar to turn indefinitely. And to achieve this, we can search for if you don't find it here, you can just go back to the XML code, come here and just add this. So indeterminate. So make sure to set this to true, and this will make sure. So you can see that here we start to see the progress bar. By setting true to indeterminate, this progress bar will turn indefinitely, so it will not stop. So yeah, I think these are all the things that we need to configure for the progress bar. Now let's move to the text view, which is the last view in this right navigation drawer. This text view will be used to display which files are being processed, which chunk is being embedded, and other useful information to the user. This is why we are going to remove the text, because we are going to change it dynamically. So click on the text view, and here just leave it as an empty string. After that, I will set the text size to be 16 sp, and because I want the text to be in just one line, so I will set 1 in this max lines attribute and search for ellipse size and choose end. This way we will only show one line of text, and if the text is too big, we will truncate it to show at the end 3 dots. That means that, hey, this text is very big, so we couldn't fit it in one line. Finally, because we want to center the text, so let me just bring back, or let me just show something. So text, we want this text to be centered also. So search for gravity, and I think center will do the job. So just click on apply. Okay, so this is how we want the text to show when we start processing files. Go back to text and remove what we have added. Okay, so let me just compare what we have done with the final project. Okay, so as you can see, the only difference is that here I have customized the color of the button as well as the progress bar, and here I have used a different font, but the overall structure is the same. Okay, so I think now we are ready to test the application. Okay, so I have attached my device. You can see that it appears here. I will just click on the run button, and now I'll just wait for the app to build, and then I'll show you how the design looks like in my device. Okay, so the application now is running. Let's see how the right navigation drawer looks like. And as you can see, I think it looks good. So we just need to now connect it to what we have done in the last episode, where we worked on the how should I call that, the file picker. Yeah, so in the next video we are going to, when we click on the start process button, we will process the files, and when we add them by clicking on this plus button, we want to remove this no file found text view and replace that with the file name of the files that we have uploaded. And next to each file we will have a let's say a cross button, so that we can click on it and remove the file that the user uploaded. This is very useful if the user selected the file just by a mistake. Okay, so we are going to see these things in the next video, so stay tuned for that.